Hi everyone, I am Richa Sarah, founder and editor-in-chief of Responsible Hospitals, and today I would like to welcome all of you on our Insta Live channel. As you all know that I always come up with a different subject and a title, and today's title is spine surgeries. As you all know that spine is something which is a related common issue with everybody these days, but there is no cure to it as soon as, we talk about a lot, but we really need to know what are the solutions for it, what is spine surgery and what is endoscopic spine surgery. We'll be talking deep insights about the same subject with Dr. Sheshav Shah, who has done his fellowship with South Korea and he has a lot of immense experience in spine surgeries. So that's a new era of endoscopic spine surgery which we'll be discussing about with him. So I'll just try to add him here and we'll start the session soon. Uh, Dr. Sheshav Shah, can you see me online? If yes, then type yes. Fair enough. I'll just type your name and we'll start the session soon. In case any of you have any specific question related spine, you can just put your views across. Hi, Dr. Shasha, how are you doing?
Hello. Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Thankfully, we are able to do this session. I was planning to postpone it because of the technical errors, and I know it's so
Sorry, I'm not
difficult for you
technologically.
to get the time out.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Sorry, I'm not actually technologically so sound with mobile.
That's okay. That's okay because Insta Live is something which a lot of people demanded from us. That saying that we are on Instagram and we thought to do this on Insta Lives. I think that can help a lot of people. So we'll just
Yes,
not waste more time and we'll start this.
yes, yes, yes. Loud and clear.
Sure. So, Dr. Shrestha, as we all know that there are a lot of common issues related to spine, and a lot of people think, and there's a myth saying that it's a common issue which is happening these days with everyone. Shoulder mein pain to chalta hai, neck mein pain, it's okay, and every doctor is saying the only solution to this is that exercise, changing the lifestyle. But I don't know, a lot of people are not even aware that what is endoscopic spine surgery related to, and nobody would know that, who actually needs it. So I'll be discussing on that. So my first question is, what is endoscopic spine surgery?
Yeah. So, if I can brief it out and make it simple, endoscopic spine surgery actually it is an evolution from open spine surgery. Actually, previously we used to do open spine surgery, then came microscopes. With the advancement of cameras, HD cameras, now also 3D cameras over there, so we can do endoscopic spine surgery. So basically, we go inside the spine and from a keyhole with the use of an endoscope, which is, it is we insert our eye inside the spine, so we can do a lot of job with just one stitch, with just a keyhole. So less collateral damage. I mean, collateral damage is what we call the normal structures which we have to sacrifice in order to treat the pathology, the problem. So
Okay.
endoscopic spine surgery brings in a lot of advantages, uh, throwing away the risks or the problems of surgery.
Okay. So, doctor, since you just mentioned how this process take place, I mean, how long is this surgery takes place? What
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
time?
I mean, endoscopic. Yeah. And so endoscopic spine surgery, basically there are two to three techniques of endoscopic spine surgery. Even in one endoscopic spine surgery, we do it under local anesthesia. So local anesthesia is a very risk-free procedure. It's a daycare procedure. So in that, a discectomy, or the problem, the pathology is removed under local anesthesia. So the problems of general anesthesia, risks of general anesthesia are taken away, and just the advantages of the surgery are considered. So if you have heard laparoscopic surgery of intestine,
Yeah,
gallbladders, previously, before a couple of decades, everything was open because we didn't have such camera systems, good
absolutely.
quality cameras. Yes, so the differentiation of the tissue which has to be removed was not that clear. Now with good camera systems coming in, we can work it very easily, that risk-free. And as I was giving an example, now everything is laparoscopic. Laparoscopic. You must be hearing laparoscopic.
Yeah.
Spine surgery, endoscopy is not that much. Was not that much into before one decade. In the
Okay.
previous decade, it's now coming up because now the concepts of the doctors, as I said, the camera systems coming in, they're very precise and very much accurate. So we can work in very swiftly over there.
Okay. Okay. So, how scoliosis is related to it? Do you think scoliosis, usually doctors recommend, the surgery is the only solution? So, do you think there are
Uh,
successful people who have got scoliosis?
Yeah, scoliosis, I think, yes, I mean, surgically, definitely, few patients land up to the surgery, and there are few techniques. I mean, just like endoscopic spine surgery, there is neuromonitoring. So, neuromonitoring, intraoperative neuromonitoring, we say. So, in that, what happens? The main problem with scoliosis surgery, I think most of the people must be knowing the damage to the nerve tissues, nerves, which causes decrease of the movement, leg movements, which in general term we say paralysis. With scoliosis, definitely there are few risks of that, but with neuromonitoring coming in, I think neuromonitoring is a wonderful instrument, technique, wherein we can check the nerves intraoperatively. I mean, at every step we know, okay, the nerve is, we are near the nerve, stay away from the nerve, just like that. I mean, just like I think navigation, they navigate us through the surgery.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean scoliosis is a big this thing, and that cannot be done endoscopically. Absolutely, there
Okay.
are ways of minimally invasive surgeries for scoliosis as well, deformity spine surgery. But yes, scoliosis can be done surgically, conservatively. I mean, with brace, we can treat scoliosis as well. Many of the patients do well with brace. They do absolutely fine. Ultimately, if all the methods, all the means fail, we go for surgery. Yes.
So, how are these endoscopic spine surgeries different from the other spine surgeries?
Yeah. If I can simplify you, as I said, there are three different stages of surgery. First, we did open with the naked eye. Then,
Okay.
just giving an example, if you want to work inside a room, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So open surgery was removing the whole wall to see inside the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Microscopic surgeries were open the door, use the binoculars, and do the surgery. Okay.
Sure.
Endoscopic spine surgery is I insert my eye inside the door. I go inside the room. I can check all the corners of the room. I can do precise work with just opening of the door. I don't need to remove the wall. See, I mean, just a keyhole. That's what. Simple
Okay.
example. Just to simplify.
Okay. Also, doctor, I'm going to pick up some questions because I keep getting some questions online as well.
Absolutely.
Why spine loses its normal curve after some age?
Yes. So that is a good question. Actually, what happens is with aging, a spine is made up of multiple structures, muscles, bones, and most of I mean everybody must be knowing disc problems, disc. So what happens with aging that these discs lose their the disc is a jelly type material. These discs lose their jelly. It's made up of more of water,
Okay.
so it loses its water, and the disc, if it is of this height in adolescence or in adult male, it loses its height. So as the discs lose their height, the spine crooks down. I mean, there are 33 discs. So if five discs and lower back is there, that is the main important structure, and those discs are very important for our mobility. So when these discs lose their height, the patient crooks. As well as with aging, there is osteoporosis that sets in, especially in women who have menopause early. So
Okay.
osteoporosis is a big issue that comes into play, which causes fractures without any trauma or fall.
Okay.
So yeah, so the fracture in vertebral fracture, what happens is the vertebra is this height. If I can show, if the vertebra is of this height, these are the vertebra, and these are the discs. If you can see, the vertebra loses its height along with the
Okay.
disc. So our spine is this. It happens this way.
Yeah.
As simple as
So
that.
what is the way out? I mean, as you know, as we grow up and the pain starts increasing, and daily exercise is one thing which everybody knows. The posture is second thing. But I'm sure a lot of people do
Absolutely,
not even know that what are the right postures to sit. These are
absolutely,
very common
absolutely,
things, and
absolutely.
that should help, doctor. If you can just tell about little bit about postures, and that will be a great tip
Yeah,
for
yeah.
audience.
Yeah, I think this is what your session is important for. I think this
Yeah.
awareness of posture, and I think everyone should have an exercise routine regime daily. Just like we do a toothbrush, we do a bath. I mean, exercise should be that way. I think 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the morning is good enough. And yes, and if we talk about the posture, posture comes into play in everything. With mobiles coming in, they are very damaging to our spine. I mean, mobiles looking downwards the day long puts pressure over your neck. And just to simplify, if we have a stick and put a weight over there and bend the stick breaks faster lower down.
Okay.
So when we bend down, people tend to forget that it definitely causes your neck pain, but it will also cause you the lower back pain. Just bending your neck, you must be thinking it will cause just my neck pain. No, it can also cause your neck pain.
Yeah.
And posture for IT sector people. I mean, I get so many people from
Yeah.
the IT sector having their jobs 8 hours, 14 hours, constant sitting on their laptops. I think it's
Sure.
very damaging to the spine. Any position more than 30 to 40 minutes will cause you pain.
Okay.
Ask military people to stand in military posture for more than 30 minutes. They'll curse you.
Mhm.
So any posture, any posture for more than 30 minutes, it's damaging to your spine.
Sure. Got it.
Just keep changing your
Okay.
posture.
Oh, oh, of course. So I've got another question. Frozen shoulder, is this related with spine issue?
Frozen shoulder, no. Frozen shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Then somebody's asking, my cousin has scoliosis. She has been told about spine surgery. Is it the only solution?
I mean, depends on the patient. It depends on patient to patient actually. If all the means have been tried, few causes of scoliosis are cannot be treated with braces actually. Then yes, a spine surgery is needed. Few scoliosis, yes. I think we need to see the images and of the patient as
Sure.
a
So
case
I
to
think
case,
you
the
can
first
actually
case.
consult with the doctor to exactly see the
Absolutely,
scenario and all.
absolutely,
So another
absolutely.
question I have pain in my shoulder and neck since long and got MRI done as well. They said it's a nerve compression. Is it related to spine issue?
Yeah, it can. It can. I think the previous question, just the frozen shoulder.
Yeah.
Frozen shoulder, if it is diagnosed with frozen shoulder, then yes, not, it cannot be, it's not related with your spine. But yes, a shoulder pain with neck pain, yes, that can be with this thing, nerve compression. Yes, but I think
Then I've got another
most of these
question.
patients do well with exercises.
Related to the same only, he's asking that he got his treatment done from QI Spine Clinic with a lot of sittings, but somehow there is no solution to it. So what is the
Hmm.
exact problem? He's not able to get it. This is what I could understand.
I think we should. Nothing can be spine. Nothing can be generalized. I personally. I mean, I've got patients with very bad MRIs. Patients doing absolutely fine, and patients with a little problem, just a little problem, in severe pain. So I think nothing can be generalized per se, but need to see the patient. Actually. Nothing can
Sure.
be generalized per se.
So what are the symptoms basically? I mean, how do we identify, doctor, that this symptom is related to spine issues and they need to see
Yeah.
the doctor of spine now?
Yeah. So I mean, most common is the disc problems. See, okay. If I talk about the disc problems, if lower back disc is more common than neck disc. Okay. So in a lower back disc problem, what will the patient have? The patient will have a sciatica. If we can say sciatica like pain, it radiates down the leg, just like a current. I mean, it radiates down the leg. Depending on which disc problem the patient has, patient will have a different type of radiating pain, radiating from in the anterior thigh or the lateral thigh or the posterior thigh, in the calf, in the heel, in the sole, depending on the disc which the patient has. Generally, these patients, these problems in young adults is due to weightlifting, not no proper posture, lack of proper posture, lack of exercises, lack of nutrition as well. All these come into play, and the patient have these problems.
Sure. And doctor, since you mentioned that there some solutions are there with endoscopic spine surgeries, are there any side effects later on?
See, generally, what the patients ask me is, in disc herniation, in endoscopic disc surgery, we remove the part of the disc which is damaging the nerve. We just remove the part of the disc that is damaging the nerve. If you can see here,
Yeah.
yeah. So the disc, it's not shown over here. Generally, they show it a disc that we just shave it off, the problematic disc. The rest of the disc is there. See, we don't remove the rest of the disc. So the patients you generally ask me, if you remove the disc, what happens to the disc? Will I be lost of one disc? I mean, I don't have the all the discs, 33 discs. No, I mean we just remove the part that is already not doing its function and already which is pathological. We keep the rest of the disc over there, and with already damaged disc, you can say that the functioning of the disc will not be normal as the other discs are functioning. But yes, that will be there even if the surgery is not there. You getting me? Are you getting me? The problem will be there even if the surgery is not there. The disc is not doing that its function already.
Okay.
It's out of the place already.
Got the point. Yeah. So when the surgery happens to be, how long does it take to get them back to a better position or a normal position? Do they require a lot of rest?
Yeah, I think no. I think rest. Even if I don't do a surgery, I don't recommend rest these days. That this is the new. I think that's what I'm saying. The new concepts, the new these things, understandings. That previously, patients were kept on bed for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You'll get better. Even if I don't do surgery, I give exercises to my patients. And if I do a surgery, endoscopic surgery, I mean, we do a surgery, minimally invasive surgery. My patients walk the same day. They can. It's a day care procedure generally. Patient come down in the morning, get discharged in the evening, and patient can do their daily regime in the evening. It's not at all a problem. No.
That's awesome. And does it also happens because a lot of people are very skeptical about surgeries? They find that surgery is the last solution after tried and tested all the medications.
Absolutely.
So does it happens usually that the person got the surgery done and now again he may fall down or he gets some injury on the back, so again he has to go through the same surgery procedure?
Yeah, I think yes. That this is a very good question. I mean, we are treating the outcome of a problem which the patient is already having. See, I mean, the patient is not all. We take a 45-year-old male having this problem. Okay, does all 45-year-old males have the problem? No. Okay. That patient is having, so his back is already weak. All the posture is not good. Somewhere the patient is doing wrong. Okay, so the basic problem is there. We have not treated the basic problem. We have treated the outcome of that problem. Okay, so unless and until he'll have a good regime, good posture, good exercises, this problem we can occur again.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
It's as simple as once the tire of a car is punctured, you can definitely get punctured again if you'll go the wrong way.
Absolutely. I got your point exactly. I think you're right.
Yeah.
So one of the audience is asking, my daughter aged 15 years has scoliosis and
Mm-hmm.
has scope and inch angle of 80 degree. Is surgery required?
Okay.
If yes, then what is the right age of the surgery?
Okay. I think 80 degree, generally we have a norm of 60 degrees. I think 80 degrees is an indication. And at the age of 15, yes, I mean 80 degrees is a big curve. Yes, I think if she's
So
having a
she's
problem.
asking, what is the right age of getting the surgery done?
Yeah, I think at the age of 15, she can go undergo a surgery, not a problem.
Sorry, what did you say?
At the age of 15, yes, I think she can undergo a surgery. I think
She
15 is a
can?
good age to go undergo surgery, yes.
Sure, sure,
Yeah.
sure. So my
Around
last
12,
question is
after 12, around after 12 to 15 is a good age, I think. 15 is a good age.
okay. Sure, sure, doctor. So my last question to you is that any tips for all the audience that how do they take care of themselves in terms of spine, because spine issues are very common. So how do they take care of
Yes.
themselves? Any tips or
I
message
think
you would want to give?
Yeah, I think first thing first. I think it's a package. It's a holistic approach. It's a package of everything. A good exercise regime. First things first. Exercise, exercise, exercise. Exercise is a must. Good posture, absolutely yes. Good sleep, good nutrition. It's a package of everything. See. If you're lacking of vitamin D, your sunlight exposure, you're lacking of calcium, you'll have weak bones. If you have lacking vitamins, minerals, I mean you'll not have good muscle strength. For a good muscle strength, it's basically building a pillar. Building a pillar. You should have a cement, good brick, everything. So I consider bricks as bones and cement
Yeah.
as muscles. So building good muscles can help save your disc degenerate slower. It's going to degenerate. That is what God has made us to. But the degeneration process goes slow when your muscles are strong. So exercise, good regime, stay healthy, good hydration, good sleep.
Sure.
Sleeping adequately at night increases disc height. We have a paper that says yes. We have a paper that says in the evening a man's height is lesser than in the morning.
Okay.
So the disc,
Doctor,
because the disc, yeah, tend to, yeah.
one very common question which people ask us, or I get to know from people that when they sleep on different kind of pillows to rest themselves. Some people say without pillows we should sleep. Some people put towels. Some people take different kind of shaped pillows. So what is
Yeah,
actually
cervical
right
pillows,
for
they
people
say.
who have
Yeah,
spine problems?
yeah. Yes, yes. So I think I go this way. I mean, the pillows and the mattresses, humans have made these things. I think God did not give us this thing. So our body is well enough without anything.
Okay.
I think it's better off without anything. But
Okay.
this is all these things are for our comfort. See. So mattresses and pillows are very common questions have been asked in my opinion. So yeah, pillow, a small pillow for your comfort, for your headrest, okay. Big pillows, no. And using it, what is the you have your cervical spine is in a C shape here, your C shaped. So a towel here will help you rest, and it is good for your cervical spine because the whole day you are being. So your cervical spine is this. Your whole day you have been this. So with a towel, yeah, a bit of good disc height will be better when you're sleeping. And mattress is a common question which is asked whether it to be used soft or hard or what. I think mattress companies also are knowing now. They're not making it too soft now. They're making hard enough now. Just soft enough to have good sleep,
Sure,
not
sure.
too
Got
soft.
the point. So it was really great interacting with you. I think it was quite insightful. A lot of people were asking a lot of questions, and I was so happy about it. So thank you so much, just for being
Thank
with
you.
us, and it was great session. Thank you so much, doctor.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think you asked very good questions. Your leading questions were very nice. I think
Thank you.
that provoked me to have
Really.
these answers. Yeah,
That's nice.
yeah,
That's nice. I think we're gonna have more interesting session maybe related to the same kind of category later on.
absolutely. I think endoscopic spine problems per se. I can go on for posture for 30 minutes.
Sure, we can talk
Actually,
about the postures and all. Yeah,
yeah, no
we
problem.
can.
Okay,
Sure. Thank you so much,
okay.
doctor. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being here. Bye bye. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Thank you.
Have a great time.